couple things I forgot to mention in the posability portion. The legs at the waist are attached by individual swivel joints on either leg, and then the ball joint is actually what allows the leg to rotate around. The ball joint on mine, at least, is a little loose. It's not so bad that he doesn't like stand up or whatever, but it is a little loose, and I probably will plan on super gluing those and letting it dry. The hands, I'm just going to pop out of the socket here. The 3 lower fingers move together, whereas the trigger finger moves separate, and then the thumb is on a ball joint. And the hands themselves do tend to fall out really easy, which is one of my complaints with this kit. As far as decals and stickers go, just traditional stickers, he's got one for the eyes, one for the front camera, and one for the back camera. And then for the, I don't remember what they're called, they're just like the translucent stickers with like the text and stuff on them. He's got one right there in the middle of his backpack, as well as a dry transfer decal above. Let's see. The little Earth Federation logo is a sticker, but the Earth Federation text and the mobile suit number are both dry transfers. On either side of the body there, he has stickers. Below the cockpit is a sticker, and the triangular shape above the on the top hatch of the cockpit is a dry transfer. The pilot's name and the RX-79 are both dry transfers. This little arrow is a sticker. This gray line is a dry transfer. The sides of the legs on the beam saber hatch, this is a sticker with the caution sign there, and the other triangle is a dry transfer. Similarly, on the inside there is a sticker with another caution logo. On the top parts of the legs, there's more caution stickers, and another one on the lower part of the leg, right above the foot. There are also some stickers on the backpack, being the big Earth Federation logo and the caution sign, and then this Earth Federation text is dry transfer. And then finally on the shield, the big 08 is a dry transfer. Now as far as weapons goes, he does come with 2 clear pink beams, which both fit in the beam saber handles and then in his hand very well. If I can wiggle it around a little bit. But if you want to store them when you're not using them, you just disconnect the handle and open up the hatch on either leg and just stick the handle down in there. He does come with a couple extra hands. He comes with 2 palm hands and 2 closed fist hands. Now, I would see myself potentially using the fist hands, except for... Dang it. Just dropped them. Except for they're closed, so you can't actually like stick anything in them. So, that being said, considering all the weapons he comes with, I can't ever see myself using those. He does also come with a couple... or rather, one different type of shoulder edge there. Instead of the more boxy shape that he has, you can get the more rounded and smaller shape. It's based on preference, I guess. He also comes with a second V-fin, which from the looks of things is exactly the same as the V-fin he has on, so I think they just included it in case one of your V-fins breaks and you want to replace it with this one. You also get a very small Shiro Amada character if you want to paint him. I don't plan to just because of how small he is. I don't really have that much patience to paint such a small character, but he's there if you want. The shield, I went ahead and painted like some, like, to make it look like there was a blast fire that sprayed across the front there. And then there's an episode where there's a Zaku that kind of comes flying out of the swamp and lunges towards the RX-79 and tries to attack him with a Heat Hawk, which the RX-79 blocks with the shield, and then the Heat Hawk just kind of gets lodged in there, so I just made a big cut and to the shield. And I think the rest of the edges I might have overdone a little bit with the weathering, but for being like my first big weathering project, I'd say it looks halfway decent. So the shield does have a little bit of movement. You can swing the hinge back and forth so he could like defend further forward or just standard style. There's also a connector for the sniper rifle to be mounted on the shield, and they do this a couple times in the show where he's like firing from behind the shield, so that basically that connector is just there to hold the shield underneath the sniper rifle. As for connecting the shield to the arm itself, you just stick the peg into the socket in the arm, and he holds it pretty well. It's not that big of a shield, and it's not really all that spectacular looking, but I think it works for the kit. As for the sniper rifle itself, you can like, there's two handles. There's the one on the bottom, and then there's one on the side, which if he's holding it and firing it, stabilizes it better in his hands. But you can also take it apart into like 5 different pieces here and open up the backpack, and there's a little tray in there, and basically if you stick all the pieces in, gotta make sure I put them all in the right spots here. Stick all the pieces in and then close the hatch. The magazine rack, it doesn't always want to, or the rounds there, the clip of ammo rounds doesn't always want to stay in the door. Sometimes it'll fall out, but it's not like it's going to knock the door back open. So if you close that all up and then open up the loading tray on his backpack here, you can just, whoop, maybe, come on. There we go. I don't know if you heard, but the magazine rack or the magazine clip just kind of fell out. You can load onto his backpack there. You are going to have to shift his weight a little bit forwards just to compensate for the backpack's weight. It doesn't throw the model kit off a ton, but you do have to adjust it a little bit. The other two weapons he comes with are his beam rifle, which has a clear green, or not clear green, sorry, like a sparkly green sticker on the scope. And the second handle swivels back and forth if you want him to hold it with both hands. I'm kind of upset with this rifle though, because in the show, this whole back area is supposed to be the same off-white or light gray that the rest of the mobile suit and the backpack is. And they just kind of went ahead and made it all one solid gray color. So I feel like that's kind of Bandai being lazy. But I don't ever plan on using that rifle anyways. The one I do plan on posing him with the most is this machine gun, and he easily holds it the best out of any of the weapons he comes with, save for the beam sabers. You do have a secondary handle that swivels back and forth, and the ammo clip can be exchanged for the ones on his side skirts. There's a little stabilizer bar that flips back that helps him hold it better when he's got it in his hand. For what I paid for this kit, I'm pretty happy with it. It is an older master grade, so I figured there would be some issues with it, and I knew that there wouldn't be a complete inner frame for basically $30, $35 what I paid for it. I am pretty happy with it, but at the same time, I've got 3 more master grades on the way, which I honestly think will probably be, for the most part, better than this one. But I feel like, being that 08th MS Team was the first Gundam series that I watched in full, that I'd pay tribute to it with the RX-79 Ground-type. And I'm pretty happy with the weathering job I did on him. There's some parts where I overdid it, some parts where I kind of underdid it, but, you know, overall I'm pretty happy with this. And with that, I will see you guys next time.